Hello everyone, my name is Silver Willowwing, and today I'm going to be drawing the Light Fury, and I'm going to do a little bit of a commentary for you guys to make it a little bit more exciting to see me draw this beautiful creature. So this phase is what I like to call experimentation. It's not necessary in all my drawings, but for this one I want to check out a few different poses before settling on one that I want to draw the Light Fury as. My goal was to draw her full body so that all the major details are visible, so I tried out a different few things, but once I decided on one, I just started drawing it. And the thing that I keep flicking sometimes is my reference sheet, where I got a few pictures of the Light Fury up so that I can see exactly what she looks like. I'll use this a lot in the beginning, and then I'll have it down when I get closer to the end. So this phase now is the sketching. It is where I build the overall body, I adjust some things, some proportions for her. If I feel like some things are too long, too short, I move them around and sketch up everything. It's my favorite process because I like it, because it's a bit messy. My sketch is very messy, as you can possibly tell, but I enjoy this phase a lot. And it's important for me to get all the details on her. It was important to make a drawing that was really as accurate as possible. I've seen a lot of different artworks of her, and a lot of them are very good, they're very nice, but they don't get all the features right. They either don't have the right shape of the wings or the tail, or they're missing her secondary tail flap that she has near her tail fin. She actually has a total of 4 tail fins at the tip of her tail, which a lot of people skip over. Or they give her the same wings as Toothless, which she doesn't. She actually has way more rounded up wings, similar to fins, like a fish pretty much. So she's different from Toothless, and I think it's important to remember that if you decide on drawing her. So it's very important to me to get everything right. Also, her flaps are way softer, way smoother looking than Toothless's. So now we're moving over to what I call inking or line arting, where you pretty much draw the overall outline that you're gonna keep for her. And since the Light Fury is such a light dragon, I decided to go with a grayish color instead of using an all black one, because it will make her appear more bright, because she is a very bright dragon. So this is my least favorite process, because it takes a long time. I have to zoom out and in and do all these different line arts. But it's also very complicated, because now I go over to refining, where I go in and fix all my lines, because if I don't work with a very big resolution, she is a decent resolution, but she's not the largest piece I've done. My lines tend to be a little bit wobbly, and I have to go in and refine them all, because I'm very perfectionistic and I don't like the wobbly lines, and I tend to get them sometimes because my sketch is so messy, but that's just how I draw. So I've been doing this ever since I started doing digital work, so I'm gonna continue doing it until I figure out how to do more smooth lines. It's also about, being confident in your lines, and I'm not very confident in anything I do, so that also reflects on my art. So that's why I spend so much time on it. This piece took a total of 7.5 hours, which is a very long time. I didn't expect it to take that long, but that is again because of all my refining. As you can see, I'm just touching up everything again, pretty much doing the line art over and over again. I also flip my picture around sometimes, because it gives you a good idea of some details you wouldn't see if you didn't flip it, because you just stayed and you look at it and you're like, oh, this is fine, but then if you flip it, it looks different because you see it in a different perspective than you would before. So that's a really nice tip for checking if everything is right. Is the eyes the right size? Is the wings the right size? Whatever you're drawing, I always flip my things to get a different angle on it, because it does help a lot, because you'll be able to see errors that you could not see before. So these wings are also really annoying, because I had to really be careful and erase and do them thicker and then make them smaller, as you can see, to make them completely straight. And they don't even end up completely straight. They get a little bit wobbly anyway, but I try to do my best. A bigger resolution would possibly have helped with this, but this is how I decided to do it with the Light Fury. So her wings are very rounded off, but she does have a little bit of her wing spreaders, or fingers as I call them sometimes, going out, but not very strongly. So she overall has that paddle-like shape on her wings, which is important to keep in mind, because it just gives her an overall different feeling, a much more nimble and elegant feeling, and a more feminine appearance overall. So now I'm putting on a background so I can color her. Since she's white, I have to put on a background for her to be able to see where I've colored and if I've colored it up till the exact line art. So I just chose a blue background because I'm gonna give her a blue background eventually because she lives in the hidden world and that's pretty much blue. So now we're coloring. I tend to color all the outlines here, color up. Small areas I just color completely, but I follow like a line. You can see here I'm outlining her again, and then I can use the bucket tool to just color everything and then go in and refining it. So now I'm just closing up the edges and there we have it. Gonna fix a little bit of errors here. So now I'm shading her with the darkest shade, and then I'm gonna add some more details there because I'm once again not satisfied. Then we're doing the second darkest shade. I'm gonna have a total of 3 shades on her. So this is the second darkest shade that is gonna color large areas, such as the wings and the legs and some of her body. And then the third darkest shade, which is gonna color more areas. It looks a bit messed up right now. It looks very, very non-refined, and that's because it isn't refined. I'm gonna refine it later with the smudge tool. I could do it, just, you know, erase it and make them very accurate, but the smudge tool makes it more realistic, as you can see here. It gives it a way more smooth and realistic feel, or semi-realistic. This is not a realistic drawing. I'm gonna do the eye real quick. I'm famous for my eyes on my DeviantArt. People say that I do very nice eyes. I think that they're just eyes to me. But I just give them some lighting and some colors and then they're done. I like doing eyes. They're really fun to do for me. So now we're just smoothing up her body, every detail. I'm gonna smoothing up to make her nice and smooth, silky smooth. It's also important to give her smooth shades to make her skin appear more smooth, which it is. The Night Fury has much rougher skin than a Light Fury, so it's important to get her skin very, very smooth and nimble. The smudge tool does take a little bit of a while, but I like doing it. It's very easy to just smudge things around, and if you miss something you can just smudge it out again. It's a very versatile tool and I like working with it. It makes my work a lot easier than painting things on. Let's get the claws down, a little bit of lighting there. And then let's add the highlights on her. That's why I chose her to be in a darker shade than just completely white, because I needed the white color for the highlights. And now we're going into the texturing. Before we were coloring, I forgot to mention that phase. That was coloring and then shading, and now we're texturing, where we're giving her scales and small details all over her body. She has so many scales, and I'm not drawing every single scale. I'm just drawing like a few prominent ones to give you that overall feel of scales. To kind of cheat the eye instead of doing everything. So I'm just doing the highlights, scales, and then the rest I just imagine it too dark to be spotted. Then I'm gonna do a little bit of her skin, because she actually is not like one color. She has these kind of stripes like Toothless has as well. Small details on her wings that I'm highlighting now. It's important to get everything right. They're not as well done as they could have been, but I was trying to finish this up fast. So now I'm gonna go into the background phase. Normally the background has similar faces as the main, character, but because I'm doing a very easy background here, I decided to just do an easy hidden world background for her to get it all done quicker. It didn't take as long, and I'm just doing it in one phase. It's just backgrounding. I'm highlighting some of the cave details here, adding a quick texture on it to give it a little more feel to make it pop. I do that on all of them. Shading some more. Had the poster for reference to see what the hidden world looks like. Very nice place, and it's gonna be exciting to see the whole thing when the movie gets out. It seems really, really cool. So now we are doing some more textures, and now I'm gonna do this small algae. I think it's bioluminescent algae. I'm gonna do them in a few different colors: green and pink and turquoise. Those are the ones I see in the poster, so that's the ones I'm gonna go with. So this color is a little bit dark, so I'm gonna brighten it up here. There we go. And now I'm gonna add the turquoise. And again, going in and refining some things I wasn't satisfied with. And yeah, we're closing in on the end now. And there we go. That's the piece done right there. So it doesn't seem like that much when I'm speeding it up like this, and it's really fun for me to watch it as well as at this speed. But yeah, I wanted to do a full body art of her because we haven't seen her full body yet, so I wanted to imagine this is what she's gonna look like. I've kind of picked together everything from the trailer and from the poster, and I'm pretty sure this is what she's gonna look like. I hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. So long, Dragon Riders!